Protests that started peacefully in Lahore and other major cities have now turned into deadly clashes. Thousands of people from the Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan Party were demonstrating against Israel's actions in Gaza. But soon, things got out of hand. Protesters clashed with security forces who responded with tear gas and rubber bullets. In the chaos, demonstrators threw stones and even set police vehicles on fire. Tragically, at least 5 people have lost their lives, including 1 police officer, and more than 30 others are injured. To try and regain control, authorities temporarily shut down mobile networks in parts of Punjab and blocked roads to Islamabad to stop the protest from reaching the capital. Human rights groups are calling out what they see as excessive force by the police, but the government says it was a necessary step to stop the violence from spreading. Videos on social media paint a picture of total chaos: huge crowds chanting, police lines struggling to hold, and ambulances trying to get through the crowded streets. This whole incident has sparked a major debate across Pakistan about how protests are handled and the right to free expression. At the same time, Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is dealing with a serious economic headache. The United States has just slapped a huge 29% tariff on Pakistani exports, hitting the textile and manufacturing industries the hardest. Experts are warning this could cost Pakistan over $1 billion in lost income. For a country already struggling with inflation and tough economic measures, this is a massive blow. The Prime Minister has put together a special committee to figure out a plan. They're looking at everything from diplomatic talks with the U.S. to helping local businesses soften the impact. Prime Minister Sharif stated, "We are committed to protecting our economy and ensuring fair trade for our people. Pakistan seeks partnership, not punishment." But his critics aren't convinced. They say the government has relied too much on foreign markets for too long and hasn't done enough to strengthen the economy at home. The opposition is now blaming the government for poor trade relations and ignoring the needs of small businesses, who are now worried about having to lay off workers. If this trade dispute gets worse, economists predict Pakistan could face higher unemployment and a drop in its currency's value, right when things were starting to get a little more stable. Now let's turn to the Middle East, where the ceasefire in Gaza is looking incredibly shaky. Just a few days after the truce was announced, Israeli jets hit several targets inside Gaza. They said it was in response to rocket fire from militants. The Israeli Defense Forces maintain they are only reacting to ceasefire violations, but Hamas is accusing Israel of deliberately provoking them and breaking the agreement. People in Gaza City are living in constant fear, hearing explosions at night and wondering if the war is about to start all over again. Aid agencies are reporting that hundreds of thousands of families who were forced from their homes still don't have clean water or a safe place to live. Hospitals are completely overwhelmed, and it's still difficult for aid to get through the border. A UN spokesperson warned that the ceasefire is fragile, and just one wrong move could plunge the whole region back into war. Mediators from Egypt, Qatar, and Turkey are working non-stop, trying to keep the lines of communication open and urging both sides to show restraint. The United States has also voiced its support for peace, but it's clear there's a deep lack of trust between Israel and Hamas, and political pressures on both sides are making a lasting peace feel more and more out of reach. So, as we see tonight, Pakistan is facing a crisis on 2 fronts, with turmoil in its streets and economic uncertainty in its future. Meanwhile, halfway across the globe, the situation in Gaza remains on a knife's edge. These 3 stories, though geographically separate, are all linked by a common thread of instability. As events continue to unfold, the world is left to wonder who will make the first move towards finding a peaceful solution. That's all the time we have for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates. We wish you peace and stability wherever you are. Good night.